Hello everybody, I'm Murielle from IDmer, a technical center based in France, in the west of France. I'm going to present you the main subjects related to the task 2.2, which aimed at founding a digestible, attractive, functional, sustainable and nutritionally adapted food to specific population groups. We had different partners involved in this task. So we had seafood clusters and we had technical centers. For France, so we had IDmer, where I work for, which is a technical center with 20 highly qualified professionals of the seafood and marine technology sectors. IDmer has facilities to conduct innovation and production activities with health and safety certificates. Our subcontractor, Ethic Ocean, which worked on the project with us for Seafood Tomorrow, is a marine conservation organization working with the seafood industry to help the implementation of sustainable seafood supply practices. To answer to the question why is this project, it's more about the resource. More than 30% of stocks are overfished worldwide. Some less known species need to be better valorized. We've already talked about that. Vulnerable people, senior children, pregnant women are not eating enough seafood. So we need to propose attractive recipe adapted to the three targeted public. And we also need to select less known and sustainable species. What is a sustainable species? It's coming from a sustainable stock. It's not of a fish, captured with fishing gear, with as minimum impact on the ecosystem, species that had time to reproduce before being captured. So the aim of the task is to find digestible, attractive, functional and nutritionally adapted food to specific population groups. So the three target groups were children, pregnant women and senior. And the objective was to promote the use of sustainable fish species by best showing their nutritional tests and properties. As a result, the eco-innovative solution is highlighting a sustainable seafood species, is adapted to the target in terms of nutrition, texture, shape, and taste, attracting, promoting fish consumption, easily transposable to an industrial process, we'll talk about that later, and is supposed to be affordable. Here is the specific needs of the population targets. The goals chosen within the project were as followed. So we had different target groups, which has different needs in terms of nutrition, focus, portion, and so on. So by example, for children, we focused in terms of nutrition on omega-3 and vitamin D, whereas for pregnant women, we focused on omega-3, vitamin D, and iodine. And for senior, we need to focus on vitamin D, vitamin B12, protein, and low salt. All the formulation targeted to at least reaching to be at least source of claim. We worked on the recipe and we tried to be the best as we can to be at least source of, which was not that easy on the different recipe. And you can see below the targets that has to be attained at minimum to be able to claim for, by example, omega-3, vitamin D, B12. That was our nutritional focus on the project. For the salt, we followed the recommendations, reduced as much as possible, but we still needed the target, which was tasty at the end. Sorry. In collaboration with culinary school, they work on some innovative seafood dishes using sustainable and less known species. And so those schools, they had to create recipe, and there were national contests all around Europe. And at the end, we had European contest in Paris that took place 1 year ago. 13 schools were competing, and at the end we had 6 winning recipes. The dishes were judged on their nutritional quality, feasibility of scaling, and of course taste. I'll show you a bit later a video on this event. So as we said, we had 6 winning recipes at the end, which were fitting all the criteria. And some batches were done at IDmer to reproduce at an industrial scale the recipes that were elaborated by cooking school. We did small batches and bigger batches. You can see the pictures of the 6 winning recipes that were produced industrially. So we had the mussel soup on the left, fishbowl for senior, fishbowl for children, carb sausage for children with berry salad for pregnant women, and fish roulade for pregnant women. The batches generated some samples, and the samples were sent to laboratory for nutritional analysis, and also were used for consumer tests all around Europe. So they were tested in Italy, Spain, Hungary, and also in France. So by example, there was a consumer test in a senior house in Dordogne, targeted 50 senior infertile homes. 89% of the residents would like the dish to remain unchanged, which was a great general satisfaction on the products, which is great. Actually, we're really pleased about it. That means that at an industrial scale, we managed to reproduce the recipe almost the same as the cooking school made it, so which was great. And the consumer test was supposed to take place in France a few months ago. It was delayed due to the pandemic contest. Hopefully, we managed to do it, but I'm not pretty sure regarding the actuality. This project also resulted in the drafting of an ebook. The ebook contained a short presentation of the project and contest, a short presentation of the species used and sustainability information, and of course the 6 winning recipe. The diffusion of the ebook will be planned shortly via all partners, and it's a great book that shows all the work that was done by the cooking school and the creativity related to all those sustainable species. I'd like to thank all the people that work in the project, like schools, like our subcontractor, Éthique-Océan, and all the people working on this task, which were all very motivated and that helped me to work with